Oh. AZ, good morning, AZ.
Oh shit, we're live.
Yep.
All right.
Morning, AZ.
What's up, David? I just saw your message about the printer.
AZ, good morning, AZ.
It's not me, is it? Who's got their volume still on?
It can't be me because I use headsets. It's got to be
Oh, it's
either
me.
you or Paul.
I was gonna say, it's you, Paul.
Yeah, and it takes a moment to click back over to get it to, and then
No, there's Bill. Good morning.
What's up, Bill?
Bill joined me this morning on my little short show.
I'm
Oh,
looking
he
for
came on the panel with you?
Yeah. No, he was in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even get a notification. I went back and looked at my notifications and never even notified me.
He should get in the panel, he should. He's on camera now. On his videos.
$180 customs fee. Jesus. When do we have to start paying custom fees?
Yeah.
Well, that's very prevalent in some countries. You got to pay customs fees, and
You have in the US if I send stuff over.
I don't remember ever paying a customs fee for somebody sending me something.
Yeah, that's what I'm having trouble with them things I sent you. I've had to pay a huge custom fee.
No, they've never asked me to pay anything. Well, he said he paid it, but it's because it was over $2,500. Yeah, I've never had anybody send me something that expensive. That explains why I've never had to pay it.
yeah, under 2,500 you don't pay.
No, I put them out. I had items down as gift down here to test it, and they wouldn't have it. They wouldn't.
Yeah, anything I've ever paid over that, usually it's been from a company here in the US. So yeah, I never had to deal with that before.
So I'm still dealing with it a minute now. There's been a lot going on here, so it's actually gone to the back of my mind. Yeah, you will easy. Yeah, I enjoyed your first part, Bill, of your adventure up the river. You got that 360 camera working well now, haven't you? Did anybody watch it?
What?
Bill, where he got on the front of the boat with the
Yeah, I saw that,
extended magic stick and held his 368.
and it was rock solid. There wasn't any bounce to it or anything.
Yeah, it was good.
What's up, Joel? Let me see here. It was the same video I watched the other day.
They were in a small boat going up.
Yeah, I haven't seen his last three. I watched the one about 3 or 4 days ago that he put out. Or it was 2 days ago. He's put out a lot of videos. Put out 4 videos
Yeah.
past 3 days, or 5 videos in the past 3 days. Where's Hodges at this morning?
Well, he had a couple of signs to do this morning, but he's also got to take Vader to the groomer. And so all of a sudden yesterday, he had this appointment at the vet or the groomer. And he all of a sudden he got all these calls. So he said he might try to join from his truck, but he didn't know.
Oh, Thomas got invited for ROTC. He got invited to go to a national security seminar in DC. It's like an 8-day event. And you get to like meet with like so like one of the guys will do a kind of like a speaking for like he's like ex-CIA, and he's gonna like have a seminar with the kids and everything, and they get to go to like all these different museums and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's like an 8-day thing though he got invited for.
Was that your boy?
Yeah,
Oh, wicked.
for ROTC, the military program in the schools, the public schools here.
Wow, I bet he love that.
Oh yeah, you get to go to DC, get to go see a bunch of museums and stuff. Plus, like I said, they get to meet some like retired CIA agents and stuff that are going to give them a seminar and everything. And I get to go to like a national security summit and all this other stuff that they're doing.
That'd be wicked, wouldn't it? I'd enjoy that myself. Why you
Oh, I would too. I was jealous when I saw that. I was like, that looks like fun. What's up, Lisa? Yeah, his first parade's tonight, so we're gonna go watch that. He'll leave here about 4:00. And then the parade starts. No, we're gonna be there. I think we got to be there at 4:30. It starts at 5. And then
You want
they
to have the first thing to ask somebody from the CIA straight away? Who really killed JFK?
have- Yeah, it's like 8 days though. They get to go for. I think it's over the summer, if I'm not mistaken. So
Wow, good for him.
like I've been through DC a few times, but I've never actually got to go to any of the museums or actually stop there and do anything. I'd love to go and see all the monuments and a lot of history there.
Yeah.
Just like there's a lot of European countries I'd like to go to too, because obviously you guys are a lot older, so you guys have a lot more history as far as old castles, different things like that to go explore. Museums.
France and Italy and all that lot, they're quite nice. They got a lot of
Cultural stuff, yep.
yeah, like big cathedrals and everything else. So things which are, forever old.
Yeah, the Europeans were way ahead of building things, and so were the Southeast Asian cultures did a lot of building. But here in North America, there wasn't much building going on.
Well, there's and there was I wish I could remember the name of this house, but I saw it on a TV show a few years back, and it was like 900 years old. It was in the UK. And this house actually made it through World War I, World War II, like all the different conflicts over the centuries, and never got destroyed. This house happened to just be in the perfect spot to never got messed up or anything, but it was over 900 years old.
Yeah, you don't have that kind of stuff here in North America.
No, I mean, we're definitely getting older. I mean, there is some cities in the US that are really old, like St. Augustine. Like I said, that's the oldest city in the US here in Florida. I want to say that was like the 1500s, but technically that was a Spanish military fort before the US was the US. So,
Yep.
I mean, there is a lot of history there.
Yeah, not like the thousands and thousands of years of
Oh, no.
ancient times, you know?
And then I want to go to a couple of the, the Asian region. I'd love to go to South Korea and Japan. Those are two of the places I'd really like to go see. I really want to go to South Korea and go to the DMZ, do that DMZ tour where you get to go on a little tour through the DMZ zone. That would be fun to do. Really interesting. I've watched a lot of videos of people taking tours through there that videotaped it. Because when you walk around in that building too, at one point you're actually on North Korean soil because the building's like one half of the building's South Korea, the other half's North Korea. And when you walk through it, you'll have the North Korean soldiers right on the other side of the wall looking in the windows at you. And they'll sit there and watch you while you're walking around in the building. Obviously, Andrew. I'm not going to run across the border. I just want to go down there because they do a really cool tour of the UN buildings and stuff down there. Lisa, I was the only reason. The only reason I would go to it is if Matt ends up coming out and visiting, like he said he was going to, because he said that if he does come out, him and Chris Hope are going to drive down together. Matt from Australia. If he ends up coming down, I'll probably definitely go. But if not, I'm not going to go to it. I know Rob and Paul ain't going. You've never been overseas, Paul?
No,
Don't you kind of like regret not ever traveling or going anywhere like that?
not
'Cause
really.
I really would like to get some traveling done in my life.
Because what I found in my travels, like I went to Hawaii and different places, it's tough when you're on the ground to get to see and experience. Nowadays, with the forms of video and the forms of things that are on the internet, you can experience so much more. I mean, there's places I went in Hawaii. Yeah, it was cool, but I'm looking at it like through a tunnel where, through electronics, you're seeing so much more. Walter Rob has experienced that, haven't you, Rob, with your companies out there doing the wide expanse stuff, the video stuff?
What's that?
What I'm saying is when you go visit someplace, it's like tunnel vision because you can only see so far, where when you get up in the air from a drone or from a helicopter or whatever, you see so much more. It's so much more
Yes.
perspective.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but it's not like going in person to visit someplace. So
I don't know
to
that
try foods and
the imagery
meet
and
people.
everything. Well, yeah, that's true. But the imagery and everything from the modern day cameras and drones is so much more spectacular than the old days. Somebody flying around in an egg beater.
Oh, you're welcome, Ellie. My channel's just trucks. Mine is pretty boring.
David said, I don't think Paul's ever been out of Port Huron.
Oh yeah, I went to Hawaii. One of my failed marriages. That's where we went on our honeymoon.
Well, the missus in February. she's going from here, she's flying to Miami onto a cruise ship, and then she's doing Barbados, St. Martin, St. Lucia.
Which cruise lines, Rob?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But she's going for 3 weeks anyway.
Ah,
Yeah, she's doing all around the Caribbean and all that sort of stuff. And Jamie Gall, I would have loved to have gone.
well, right now with my back and my knees and my legs and my energy level, I don't ever foresee me taking any big trips because I just don't have the energy or the ability to motate around. Now, if I was in my 20s, 30s, or 40s, that's different. But
Yeah, I'm not allowed to fly, see, legally, and I can't get insurance.
Well, Lisa
Yeah,
hasn't even
so-
been out of the United States.
Sorry.
I was reading what Lisa was saying.
Oh,
I've been to Canada and Mexico a bunch, but I was younger, but that's about as far as I've gone. I've been to every state but Alaska and Hawaii.
there might be somebody. Yeah, like that.
yeah, Rob can't. Rob said he would like to go, but he can't get insurance or approval to fly.
There's actually a lot of U.S. territories you can go visit. You don't even have to have a passport for. You know, like Puerto Rico, the American Virgin Islands. Was it what's the one between Japan and Hawaii? It's that little island out there. Fuck, I can't think of it. No, it's what's the name of it? It's got a U.S. military bases all over it. It's owned by the U.S. It's not Hawaii though. It's damn, I can't think.
Well,
of it.
Rob, you could go on that cruise with your wife.
I can't.
You'd have to take a cruise ship from England over and then meet up with that ship.
No, I can't. No, I still can't get insurance. I can't, just in case something happened to me. Nobody at all will insure me. Do you know medical insurance?
Guam. That's what I was thinking of. Guam.
Wow.
Right. Thank you, David.
Yeah, I can't get medical insurance. I can't. It's not worth the risk. And it's, Jesus Christ, good on my wife for going, if she can get to see them places. Yeah, in a lifetime, yeah, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know there was an island off of Texas called Pardrin Island. The hell is that? Oh wow, yeah, there is.
And
I
then,
didn't
yeah,
know that. Oh, I'm looking at the list of islands the U.S. has. But there's one off of Texas.
DJ.
I haven't been to Mexico either. Have you been?
I have. I've been down there a bunch when I was younger.
The missus have been a few times.
Actually, quite a few islands.
Name a popular place in Mexico where people go.
Tijuana, Baja California. Yeah, quite a few places.
No, it's
Well, I don't know anymore because it's all the damn.
The way it's
Um,
changed, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where the tourist areas are anymore. If it's
From-
changed or not.
like if anybody goes to Mexico, they go to a certain place.
They go down the west coast of Mexico on the ocean.
No, what's it? I don't know. It's a certain place. I can't think for the life of me.
Well, Tijuana's a popular, I don't know
Uh,
anymore, but that
yes,
used to be a popular spot.
not Tijuana.
What's up, TJ? Mike B, what's up, man? Trying to think of any other spots. But like I said, I don't know if all the areas are still the same as far as tourism goes. Because, the cartels down there have Cancun.
That's it, Cancun.
Cancun.
Yeah, David just put it in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, I was just having to look up. Yeah, Cancun, where the missus goes.
But I mean, with the cartels shifting around down there so much over the last 15 years, I'm not entirely sure where if all the same, because there was a couple that was jet skiing off of Baja, California, right off the coast. They were jet skiing at a tourist area, and her husband got shot off the damn jet ski while he was going through while they were jet skiing through the water. Got shot and killed right off his jet ski.
Morning, Mike B. Morning, Max A.
What's up, Max? That was probably 10 years ago that happened, I think.
Wow.
It was a while back. I want to say I lived in North Carolina when that happened.
Well, I think you get shot right off a jet ski right now if you go down between the U.S. and Mexico down there on the river.
Well, why the hell would you want to go on that river anyway?
Well, in the world we live in today, there's all these people that like to live on the edge and daredevil.
Did you see what the Texas Rangers did down there in Texas? So there's a couple islands down in the Rio Grande that are kind of like, so you got the river going around them on both sides, right? They're little islands. And they weren't sure if they were ours or Mexico's. Well, the Texas Rangers just went out there and planted the Texas flag on them, started clearing all the bush on them. But they actually took the Texas state flag out there and planted it right in the middle of the islands. So I guess they pretty much claimed it as their islands. But they wanted to go out there because these were pretty big islands. I mean, they were probably 10 or 15 acres in size. And what they wanted to do was clear all the trees and bush off of them and make them completely flat so you could see all the way across them. What are you looking at, Paul?
Well, I'm looking at my neighbor's got a. I think I can show it to you. I forgot I've got the AZ helping me get my cameras working here. Let's see. I forgot I've got it. I've got the ability to have my outdoor camera working here.
I'll tell you what, the shit in Israel's going to absolute shit right now. And Biden's flying over there. That's going to be a fun little security issue for them.
I don't follow the news. I don't know what's going on there. I heard some people saying that they think there's going to be another war.
Well, they're planning a ground invasion into Gaza.
Not like a world war.
Jordan's got some other militant group in their area that's now shooting rockets into Israel from the other side. And so now Israel.
Here's what I'm looking at. See this out here like that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What that is that's a bird feeder post. And so it's tilting way over towards my house. And the bird feeders are off to the side here. And it's like, like at about a 40-degree angle.
Huh.
And I don't know why that would do that, unless maybe they did it because they want to be able to change the feed easier? I don't know, but that's what I was looking at. See, my bird feeder's pretty much straight. Theirs, this goes like this. And then at the top, it's got a hook and it hooks over. So the actual feeders are hanging way out here.
But anyway, Rob, so they're pretty much fighting a war on two fronts at the moment. And then Iran's threatening now,
Yeah,
which is going to get the U.S. involved. The U.S. just, huh?
Who's fighting?
You got Hamas on one side and Hezbollah on the other.
So where are they?
They're both terrorist groups,
Oh, okay, sorry.
but they're attacking Israel from both sides. Plus, Biden's flying in there today, which is going to be a big security nightmare alone for the Israelis to deal with.
Morning, Joe.
Iran's threatening the U.S. now. The U.S. has already got 2 battle groups in the region, I think maybe 3, and they're sending 2,000 troops over there
Why is Iran threatening the US then? What have the US
because
done?
they back Gaza.
Good morning, Captain Joe.
Hamas. It's a web of bullshit over there. You have to really keep up on it to understand all the different factions and all that.
I didn't even know which 2 countries were fighting.
So pretty much the U.S. is backing Israel is what it is. So.
Was it all just over land, I expect, or something, is it?
It's because Hamas has been shooting rockets off into Israel for like over a year now, but then they did a surprise attack on Israel about 2 weeks ago? It was a week or 2 ago.
Okay. Well, a terrorist.
They killed a bunch of people and took a bunch of hostages. They got like 17 American hostages.
Oh wow, shit.
Now Hamas now, because the U.S. was threatening to send in special forces. Now they're saying they didn't mean to kidnap the hostages and they'll be releasing them as soon as they feel like the battlefield's clear enough to where they can release them safely. Now they're backtracking and saying they're showing all these videos of them taking care of them and giving them medical treatment. And now they're trying to say that they didn't mean to take them hostage. It was just in the heat of the moment. I think it's because they're scared the U.S. is going to do something. What's up, Waypoint?
I'm sure of that.
So if the US gets their people back, then will they just?
They're sitting there. So pretty much what the U.S. is doing is they got battle groups sitting off the coast of Israel.
Yeah, we've got great big aircraft carrier, whole 2 of them, 2 big ones, brand new ones. And of course, every aircraft carrier has what they call a group that has like 4 destroyers and other ships with it.
Yeah, it got like support ships and subs and all that. But pretty much the way the U.S.'s posture is let Israel and Hamas work their shit out. Let Israel do whatever they feel like they need to do to Hamas to get rid of them. But if anybody else gets involved, that's when the U.S. would step in. So if Iran decides they're going to stick their foot in it, then that's when the U.S. steps in. So it's pretty much let these 2 groups work their shit out. Everybody else stay out of it. If you get involved, then we get involved.
Did you see Iran made a counter threat? Said something about the U.S. better back off or else.
I'm telling you, Iran don't want that. They'll do the same shit they did to Iraq.
Be right back.
I already checked it. It was still a little high. And I got your message about my medication. I don't think it's smart for him to be going over there right now. Because there's just too much going on over there. And I mean, everybody knows when a U.S. president flies in anywhere, Jesus Christ, they have to shut down airspace. And that's just something they don't need to be dealing with right now. Because I guarantee you're going to have a bunch of U.S. jets flying over Israel as soon as he arrives or right before he arrives. They're going to end up shutting that airspace down real tight. Like there's nothing that Biden needs to go over there and say that he can't say over the phone to him. I mean, they might be a little confused and not be able to understand what the fuck he's talking about, but it can be said over a phone.
Hey, morning, Sarah.
I agree, Joe. A little bit. It came down a little bit. Lisa's in the chat, subbing to everybody. Nice. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing?
I'm back in a sec.
Which Chewbacca are you talking about, Jonathan?
I think he's on my mind.
Well, which one in the video, though?
Oh, yeah. Well, I am saying so. It's just it's gotta be the missus he's on about.
No, don't let Laura clip that one. Get you in trouble. Yeah. It's not good, Joe. And everybody got up and left. Welcome to the Computer Chair Review channel.
Stand by.
That was creepy. What's funny is when you're sitting in there, you look like you're sitting in that chair. You're muted, by the way, too, Ro.
Sorry, thank you. Morning, Andrew. Yeah, and if you got a minute, Justin, I'm not promoting or anything like that.
And if
Just-
anybody's interested, oh, sorry, Rob. If anybody's interested, Lisa's in the chat. And if you have stickers, she would like you guys to send her some because she is going to decorate her Jeep with them. I don't unfortunately have any stickers anymore. I never redesigned any for my gaming channel. Not one of these again, Rob.
No,
What did you do?
that is 3 minutes 30. I'm just saying, look how close I came.
Rob up to mischief again?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, sorry, language. It's just the FPV. It's like a bug. It is.
Rob, you better be careful, man. You're gonna end up smacking one of these damn trucks. Either and they're not and watch. Like you're gonna come up behind one, hit it, and then it's gonna land on there, and they're not even gonna hear it. They're just gonna keep driving off. They'll find that shit like 1,000 miles down the road.
I'm gonna hit one head on the other side. Yeah, coming the other way. Did you see it, Paul?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
It's only at the 3 minute 30. Don't look at the rest of it. It's boring. No, not jump to 3 minute 30.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, go from there.
I thought you were gonna smack that one head on. It's so weird. All your guys' trucks are like the flat face looking ones.
Cab overs.
Yeah, like our trucks over here just look more, I want to say beefier, I guess. Because they got the huge front ends and on them and stuff.
Big bull nose, yours, huh?
Yeah.
That's what we class them as, bull nose.
Do you guys have any of those over there? Or are they all a few here and there? I'm sure you got some old school truckers that probably have some like old school, like big Peterbilts and
yes, yeah, free like Amworths. Yeah, there's a lot of them at the shows and things, but people only more or less only have bull noses, we know them. Just more of a show truck. They're roads because
Lisa, do you have an email that you can put in the chat so people can email you their get in touch with you on email so that you guys can correspond back and forth for stickers? It wasn't me, Jonathan. I mean, I'd love to get some stickers if you got some because I don't have any of yours, but it was Lisa looking for stickers. But I'll send you my address if you're willing to send me one. I did. I got them all over my toolbox. Then I have a couple. I do have a couple of picture frames with a bunch in there too.
What you doing?
I sent that off. All right, so everybody, there's Lisa's email address in the chat. Just email her, and then she can send you her address. Shoot her a quick email, and she'll display your stickers on her Jeep. Look, I hope his stickers fit on your Jeep because that's pretty much a car wrap at that point, Lisa.
Well, if she gets too many stickers, it'll be a big mess.
I don't think there's enough people in this hobby to fill her Jeep up. That's a lot of stickers. Now the toolbox is in pink Max, you smart ass. And isn't it breast cancer awareness month anyway? Or when is that? No, that's in like March, ain't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, somebody's written me a comment saying the 2-second rule, you fool. You know, you're supposed to say 2 seconds away from.
No, it is October.
I'll be right back.
So what if my toolbox is pink, Max? It's October. What are you saying? Uh, that is an interesting email, Jonathan. K.O.T.R.T.50 @gmail.com. Oh, and she's putting them on, and she's putting them on her camper as well. So that's why everybody needs to get QR codes on their stickers. Makes it better for advertisement. Did you see the QR sticker I made for TJ?
Yeah,
I actually put his logo in the middle of it. Yeah, I made this one for TJ here. You can go on that website I used. You can go on there, take your logo, and they'll put it in the middle and build the QR code around it. Nobody's giving out stickers, David. Lisa put her email in the chat, and anybody that has stickers, she wants to put them on her Jeep or on her camper. So, let me see here. Uh, so there's her email address right there. Pretty much you can get up with her and she'll throw your sticker on her Jeep or camper to advertise it. Did that go through? This chat. Yeah, she wants stickers, David. But I reposted her email address there. Andrew, Andrew, you need to come up with a channel name and a logo instead of just Andrew and a picture of yourself. I need to start posting videos again. Well, it's been like a year since you posted a video. So what's Chewbacca up to? Oh no, Rob, what are you up to?
When now? Why? What's going on?
Lisa said, "What's Chewbacca up to?" I said, "I don't know. What are you up to, Rob?"
Yeah, what are you doing, Chewy?
Hmm.
He's sorting out the hyperdrive. Should be ready soon. Yeah, I've been a bit temperamental, Andrew. Just don't piss him off.
As the adventure waits. Oh, Knights of the Round Table. That's interesting, Jonathan. I just saw your comment up there. So that's what his email stands for. Okay.
Oh, man. Well, my tenant is a mechanic, and he says that I need wheel bearings on the front of my truck. I don't know what those will run, but not cheap, I'm sure.
Well, wheel bearings shouldn't be that expensive. It's just a matter of getting them put on.
Well, he can do it, but
Depends if they're pressed in and what. Because obviously you've got 4-wheel drive, haven't you?
no, two-wheel.
Oh, 2-wheel drive, is it?
Yeah, because it's a police model. It's not a off the road model.
What year was it?
2005, I think.
2005. What model was it again?
Tahoe,
Uh,
Chevy Tahoe.
Enough, Chewy. Good shortly.
Yeah, 2005 Tahoe.
uh,
He says if you're going to do one, you better do them both, you know?
front wheel bearing, the front, right?
Yeah.
Would be, you're looking at about, they're showing two different ones. So they have one for 119 a piece, and then there's another one for 144 a piece at AutoZone.
Okay.
Any which way, you'd be looking at about $200 to $300, depending on which one you went with.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
They got even more options, but they're depending on like, do you want to go with like the Duralast gold bearing? You know, it's like different ratings of how long they're going to last for. I'm already funding Tim and Max. Lisa says check auto.com. They might have it cheaper. Oh yeah, you're not going to just do one of those. You'd always do both. Yeah, labor is what the cost is, Joe. But his tenant said he could put them on. So if he has a understanding of how to do that, that should save Paul quite a bit of money.
On Amazon through Detroit Axle, they're $98.72.
Yeah, shop around. I was just curious how much like they had them for. I just went to the first place.
Auto Round, they are $40.99.
Yeah, that seems really cheap though. I don't know. Is that a legit site?
I don't know. Let me go over here and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at because I'm looking at it on the other computer.
Because there's scam sites just like anywhere else that try to sell you bogus car parts. So be careful. Don't go with some weird off-brand sites you've never heard of.
Okay.
Joel said from Detroit Axle with a 10-year warranty for roughly $150 just replaced mine on my Chevy truck. So there's Joel's telling you a place right in Detroit that sells them. So I said shop around, just don't shop from scammy websites.
There you go.
Parts Geek, has anybody in the chat ever heard of them? I've never heard of them. But that doesn't mean they're not a good website. I just never heard of them. Yeah, but that's for 4-wheel drive too, if that matters.
There's some other price here.
You gotta make sure you get 2-wheel drive though. I don't know if that's gonna matter, but some of those are saying 4-wheel drive on the. What's up, Stevie? How's it going, man? Well, you could check that place out that Joel just recommended too.
Yeah.
Detroit Axle. Do they have a website? Is it DetroitAxle.com or? Yeah, Rock Auto. I've heard of them before. Waypoint.
These are all 4-wheel drive. I wonder, does that make a difference?
I would assume so because
it says 4-wheel drive only. 4-wheel drive only.
Yeah, I would assume that does make a big difference because it's a whole different assembly on the front end if it's 4-wheel drive. Try that place that
Here's real rear wheel drive, but I don't need the rear ones. I just need the front ones.
well, try that place that Joel said. Where the hell is it at? Detroit Axle. Put in DetroitAxle.com, see if something comes up. Because that's some place that's a little bit more local to you too.
Detroit Axle?
Yeah. Because maybe you can get a phone number and just call them and make sure you get the right parts. He said that he got a 10-year warranty on his.
Holy crap.
Official right there down at the bottom. Official Detroit Axle. Straight down. There you go. There you go. Put in your year, make, model. No, hold on. Go back, Paul. Start, exit out of that. Just go right there where it says year, make, and model. You put in each one.
It doesn't go back that far, does it?
Yeah, it does.
2005.
There you go. Tahoe. Maybe it'll bring up a.
That gives it all a
Wheel
stuff.
bearings. There you go.
What?
Go down. It was straight down at the bottom. Wheel bearings. There you go. They got 38 parts listed under wheel bearings, so you just got to find. There you go. Now put in what model it is. That's rear wheel driven, 4-wheel drive. And just scroll down their list till you find what you're looking for.
It's a, let me see what it is.
And Joel says they have great, excellent customer service as well. So if you have any issues.
What's the difference between that one and this one? 10-year warranty, 10-year warranty.
The other one's 4-wheel drive.
Which one?
Click on the where it says RWD down there. On the no, down. Right there.
Oh,
Can
right
you
here.
click on it? Okay, so you're looking for front wheel drive. That's rear wheel drive. I wanted to see if it changed it or not.
No, I'm looking for rear drive. It's the rear drive.
It's the rear wheels.
Well, no, this is the front wheel hubs for my,
Okay. So then that's the ones you need right there.
hubs and bearings right there. What is that saying? Review additional specs. I guess what I would do is would call them, right?
Yeah, I mean, since you're not really entirely sure, I would just, there you go. There's a number right up there.
Yeah.
Just give them a call and tell them they'll ask you for all your stuff. But their prices are great. Look at that. You get like a pair of them for $125.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. A lot cheaper than AutoZone. Because I'm sure they're going to give you different, rated ones, that are probably better bearings than others.
Well, here's with brake pads and everything and rotors. I don't need that.
Right. I would just go call them up and give them all your info and make sure they get you the right part you need so you don't order the wrong thing. Plus, that's not far from you. Detroit's not super far from you.
No.
So.
Hey, Jonathan, how's it going?
Yeah, but those prices aren't bad at all. So.
Yeah, 125.87.
Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, there it is.
what is it? 15-piece front wheel hub bearings, chrome lug nuts. I don't need chrome lug nuts.
Well, like I said, call them, tell them what you need. And make sure they get you the right part, because that way you're not ordering extra crap you don't need, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if your a tenant is a mechanic, you should know his stuff. Just you could give him the phone when you call him and have him tell him exactly what you need if you're not sure,
Yeah.
and let him talk to him.
Figure it out, right?
Hey, back.
That's good. I mean, you're also supporting a good American business right there in Detroit. Yeah.
Mr. Skyfly, sing us a tune. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, no, that's Mr. Sandman. Okay. Yeah, I have to investigate it. I mean, it's still working. Just that the light's on.
Oh no, none yet. I was watching a thing the other day. A guy was doing a tour in Detroit. It seems to be making a little bit of a comeback. I mean, it's not like crazy comeback, but seems to be coming back a little bit in Detroit.
Right, boo boo? Yeah.
I mean, really, the worst part about Detroit is just all the abandoned fucking buildings and factories. Oh yeah, it's oh for sure, none. It's still in disarray, but I've seen some of the neighborhoods that used to be really trash have seem to have come back a little bit. Oh yeah, I could imagine Joel being up there. You guys do you guys put salt on your roads up there? Or
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit rusts your cars out quick up there. Actually, the best place for vehicles in the desert areas. You don't get rust like that. And cars can sit out in the desert for years and years and they'll barely have any rust on them. It takes a long time for a car to rust away in the desert. That's why the military stores a lot of their equipment out there, like tanks and all that stuff.
I see they're showing on the news right now. Biden is to speak in Israel. He's visiting Israel, and the protesters are mobbing the place and trying to climb fences, and they're being hosed down. And
Yeah, it's stupid. They shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be going over there
no,
right
he
now.
shouldn't be there. All he does is he inflames stuff.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it was any US president. You shouldn't be flying
No.
over there right now
Shouldn't be there.
because it's just creating a big old security issue that the Israelis are going to have to deal with now too. You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I mean,
They
look at
got enough.
look at the manpower they got to spend on that when they should be spending on their own stuff, you know?
Yeah, they got their own shit to worry about right now. They don't need to be worrying about the fucking Air Force One being at the airport. And I mean, that's just a big security thing. Plus,
He's
it costs us millions of dollars for him to go over there for what? Just to talk to him?
Yep. He's
You
a
could do that
bumbling idiot. What he thinks this is going to do is raise his numbers in the United States, because it's been shown that his numbers, his polling numbers among Jewish is way low. So he's trying to pump it all back up.
Well, like I said, it don't matter what, if it was Trump or any president in office,
Nope.
it shouldn't be going over there because anything that you don't need to go over there in person. You can talk over the phone and have a virtual. I
Yeah.
mean, you can have like what we're doing now. You could have a fucking Zoom meeting or whatever program they use to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you to have to go.
Well,
over
that's
there.
because his puppeteers can't control everything.
These days, there's no reason to waste millions of dollars going over to visit another country just to visit when it can be done over the phone or over a virtual meeting.
Well, and then Biden's been pushing all this money towards the UN for a World Assistance Fund. Find out that there's like almost $600 or $700 billion of our tax money is going to Hamas because the UN is not designated Hamas as a terrorist organization. They're a world organization. So they're getting funding from our tax dollars. I was never in favor of the UN being put in the United States in the first place.
Exactly, Jonathan. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, cause then that just puts a big security risk in it. You know, they had senators over there. What was it? A couple congressmen or senators went over there about 4 or 5
Yeah.
days ago, and they had to go down in the bomb shelter like 4 or 5 times because of the rockets that were getting shot over there.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason for him to be going over there again. That's just because then they're gonna really barrage Israel with rockets. I mean,
You're right, Gitchy.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense for, like I said, it don't matter if it was Trump or Bush or any president, Obama, there's no reason for you to have to go over there. Anything you need to say could be said over the phone. You could discuss over a phone. These days, there's no reason to be making world tours like that, wasting taxpayers, millions of taxpayers' dollars to travel to what? Say something you could have said over a phone.
Well, you know, and the scary part of it is his handlers or his group is what he calls them. Doesn't have the brains to know that that's not where he should be. That they're supporting him to do this because he doesn't make the decision. They do. Not only about him trying to get reelected to hang on to what little power he's got, his handlers want him to get reelected so they can hang on to their power.
I agree with you there, but like I said, to me, it don't really matter which president it is. They just need to stay away from there at the moment. There's already military over there. I mean, everybody already knows what our stance is on Israel. There's no reason to have to go over there. There's nothing that needs to be said that hasn't been said already. Like I said, all that's gonna do is give Hamas and everybody even more reasons to start firing a shit ton of rockets into Israel. Plus, they're getting rockets already.
Well, yeah, and
Coming in from the other side too.
that's the Gaza has been a launching pad for rockets into Israel for a long time. And finally it got to be too much.
Oh yeah, this has been going on. The rocket thing's been going on for a couple of years now, if not
Yes.
longer. I can't believe it is.
How it's like in our case, how long would we stand by and let Mexico send rockets into the United States?
Right. It's like
Not
how
very
long?
long.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just to me, I'm surprised Israel took this long to do anything. Because any other country, the minute you shot rockets into their country the first time, that would have been most countries would have responded almost immediately in a ground war, air war. So why it's taken this long is beyond me. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's painfully obvious that our leadership in this country is non-existent as far as being on track with what the American people want. And you've got the squad over there praising Hamas for standing up to the Israelis. And there was even, I think, a congressman that said we need to salute the Hamas for their willingness to stand against Israel.
Well, if he did, I'm sure he's because it seems like both sides of the aisle are pretty much on the support for that at the moment. So yeah.
Well, look at that. What's that chick? The one in New York, the AOC.
Oh, she's an idiot.
She's been all over the Israeli that the Palestinians and everything need to stand up and put down Israel and everything else, and she gets elected in New York. The epitome of stupidity, and then all of these young people being indoctrinated in these high-end colleges to think that Israel is the problem. Israel is the bad guy.
It still amazes me to this day how she even, I don't even know how she even got in office, that girl.
Oh, she was a barmaid. And there's some people that have said that they paid for sex with her before when she was a nobody. So that would make her a hooker, but and outside of her government offices, she's got the Palestinian flag, not the American flag, the Palestinian flag.
Yeah, I just don't understand some of this
That
shit.
doesn't make sense.
Well, see, and everybody needs to be concerned to a certain point because ignoring it and just being like, oh, we're just going to let them just, do whatever is not a good idea because if other countries decide they're going to go after Israel, Israel already has a last ditch effort plan set in place called Samson. And if they feel like they're getting overran, they'll just start releasing nukes on all the countries that are attacking them. If they feel like that's their last resort, if they can't actually defend themselves.
No?
And that's not a good point to get to.
Come on. You gonna go potty? No? Come on. Okay. I don't know why you keep playing with me. Get up there. Get up there. Come on.
Russell.
Jump up there.
I mean, I think as much as I don't like us having to get involved in shit, the U.S. has to be there because, like I said, Israel cannot get overran. Otherwise, you're going to have nuclear exchanges involved if it gets that far. Because, like I said, they already have a plan in place called Samson. If they get overran, they just start releasing all the nukes as a last ditch effort. And that's not a good thing to get to.
Yeah.
The U.S. needs to be there as a deterrent to other countries to stay the hell out of it. Because I know a lot of people, are against, they don't like the fact that we have to be what you would call like world policemen. But, unfortunately, when you're the preeminent power of the world, unfortunately, that's the role that you almost have to take. You can't just ignore things.
Yeah, Gitchy, what Gitchy's talking about in the chat is Biden's on doing a briefing with the press in Tel Aviv, and he says, like everybody else, I was born in Israel. It's like, what?
Well, like I said, being the superpower of the world, it's a double-edged sword. You have to, unfortunately, you have to get involved with things at some point. You can't just ignore everything around the world and just be like, well, I'm not going to get involved. I mean, it's just not the way the world works, unfortunately. And in situations like this, that's where we have to, unfortunately, step in as a deterrent and say, and keep everybody else out of it. Because you don't want Israel to get overrun and them start launching nukes into other countries, because then that's just going to start a whole crazy thing in itself. Oh, is he speaking right now?
Yeah. Live.
Do we have a video we can put up?
I can't, my TV, I can't.
Is anybody got a link? Let me see if I can find something on YouTube. Here we go.
If you can get it, go ahead and screen share it.
Yeah, I got it here.
Some kind of primal feeling in Israel, just like it did and felt in the United States. Shock, pain, rage, an all-consuming rage. I understand, and many Americans understand. You can't look at what has happened here to your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents, sons, daughters, children, even babies, and not scream out for justice. Justice must be done. But I caution this: while you feel that rage, don't be consumed by it. After 9/11, we were enraged in the United States. While we sought justice and got justice, we also made mistakes. I'm the first U.S. president to visit Israel in time of war. I've made wartime decisions. I know the choices are never clear or easy for the leadership. There's always cost, but it requires being deliberate. It requires asking very hard questions. It requires clarity about the objectives and an honest assessment about whether the path you're on will achieve those objectives.
No.
The vast majority of Palestinians are not Hamas. Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses innocent families in Gaza as human shields, putting their command centers, their weapons, their communications tunnels in residential areas. Palestinian people are suffering greatly as well. We mourn the loss of innocent Palestinian lives like the entire world. I was outraged and saddened by the enormous loss of life yesterday in the hospital in Gaza.
Gitchy, I'm not sure that there's certain Republicans that are turned against him.
Rocket fired by a terrorist group in Gaza. The United States unequivocally stands for the protection of civilian life during conflict, and I truly grieve for the families who were killed or wounded by this tragedy. The people of Gaza need food, water, medicine, shelter. Today, I asked the Israeli cabinet, who I met with for some time this morning, to agree to the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza. based on the understanding that there will be inspections and that the aid should go to civilians, not to Hamas. Israel agreed the humanitarian assistance can begin to move from Egypt to Gaza. Let me be clear. If Hamas diverts or steals the assistance, they will have demonstrated once again that they have no concern for the welfare of the Palestinian people.
Well, why do they have to demonstrate again?
Practical matter.
That's obvious.
It will,
Yeah,
it will
that's-
stop the
they're
international
already
community
done.
from being
Cross
able
the
to
line.
provide this aid. We're working in close cooperation with the government of Egypt, the United Nations, and its agencies like the World Food Program and other partners in the region to get trucks moving across the border as soon as possible. Separately, I ask Israel that the global community demand that the International Red Cross be able to visit hostages. I just demanded that the United States fully supports.
Oh, here we go. He's bumbling.
Today, I'm also announcing $100 million in new U.S. funding for humanitarian assistance in both Gaza and the West Bank. This money will support more than 1 million displaced and conflict-affected Palestinians, including emergency needs in Gaza. You are a Jewish state. You are a Jewish state, but you're also a democracy. And like the
What?
United States, you don't live by the rules of terrorists. You live by the rule of law.
He just called Gaza a
Conflict's
democracy.
clear, you live
Yeah.
by the law of wars. What sets us apart from the terrorists is we believe in the fundamental dignity of every human life. Israeli, Palestinian, Arab, Jew, Muslim, Christian, everyone. You can't give up what makes you who you are. If you give that up, then the terrorists win, and we can never let them win. You know, Israel's a miracle, a triumph of faith and resolve and resilience over impossible pain and loss. Think about October 7th, the Jewish holiday, where you read about the death of Moses, a tragic story of a profound loss to an entire nation.
He's like such a
A death
robot.
that could have left a helpless,
The way he
hopelessness
moves, it's
in the
like a
hearts of the
robot.
entire nation. But though Moses died, his memory, his message, his lessons have lived on for generations of the Jewish people as well as many others. And just as the memory of your loved ones will live on as well. After reading the story of Moses' death,
That's right, Jonathan. Who
those
invaded
who
us?
observed
Fuck
the holiday
around.
began reading the Torah from the very beginning. The story of creation reminds us of two things. First, that when we get knocked down, we get back up again and we begin anew. And second, when we're faced with tragedy and loss, we must go back to the beginning and remember who we are.
Yeah, that camera's
We're
having a
all
Matrix
human
moment.
beings, created in the
Keeps
image of God
skipping.
with dignity, humanity, and purpose. In the darkness, to be the light unto the world is what we're about.
Nanya.
You inspire hope and light for so many around the world.
Might be right, Jonathan.
That's
He
what
might
the
be
terrorists
AI
seek to
right now.
destroy. That's what they seek to destroy. Because they live in darkness. But not you. Not Israel. Nations
Jonathan
of conscience like the United
obviously
States and
just
Israel
woke up from a nap.
are not measured solely by the executive power. And we're measured by the power of our example. That's why, as hard as it is, we must keep pursuing peace. We must keep pursuing a path so that Israel and the Palestinian people can both live safely, in security, in dignity, and in peace. For me, that means a two-state solution.
He said continued peace.
Must
When
keep
has there
working
ever
for
been
Israel's
peace
greater
over there?
integration with
Yeah.
its neighbors.
Never.
These attacks have only strengthened my commitment and determination and my will to get that done. I'm here to tell you the terrorists will not win.
How about you send another 100 million to Hawaii? They could use it.
So let me end where it began. Israel, you're not alone.
Fuck Gaza. Give it to
The
Hawaii.
United States stands with you. I've told the story before, and I'll tell it again, of my first meeting with an Israeli prime minister 50 years ago as a young senator. I was sitting across from Golda Meir at her desk in her office. And she had a guy who later became prime minister, sitting next to me, just before the 1973 Yom Kippur War. And she flipped the maps up and down, telling me how bad things were and how terrible they were. All of a sudden, she looked at me. She said, "Would you like a photograph?" I looked at her. She got up from her desk. and walked out into that hallway. I think it's marble flooring.
Oh, for the love of God, here he goes
Walked
on
out in
his
the hallway.
stupid story
Walked out, there were a
tangents.
bunch of photographers standing in front of us. We were standing shoulder to shoulder. Without her looking at me, she said to me, knowing I'd hear her, "Why do you look so worried, Senator Biden?" And I said,
I bet she never said that.
"I'm worried." And she looked at me and she didn't look. She said, "We don't worry, Senator. We Israelis have a secret weapon. We have nowhere else to go." Well, today, I say to all of Israel, the United States isn't going anywhere either. We're going to stand with you. We'll walk beside you in those dark days. And we'll walk beside you in the good days to come. And they will come. As you say in Hebrew, which I'm not going to attempt to do because I'm such a terrible linguist.
You can't even talk in
I'll
English,
say it in English.
jackass.
The people of Israel live.
It's getting more raspy voice.
Israel will be safe, secure, Jewish, and democratic state today, tomorrow, and forever. May God protect all those who work for peace. God save those who are still in harm's way. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, what is your red line that would prompt U.S. military involvement in this war?
Look at him tottering off the stage.
Where am I at again?
Yeah.
Is this McDonald's?
All right, it
Yeah.
appears that President Biden is not
Fucking
going to be taking
jackass.
any questions there, but he just gave a fairly lengthy speech, I would say. Not taking questions from members of the media, but just wrapping up there. Now, President Biden is in Israel, as you saw, saying that it does not appear Israel caused that hospital explosion in Gaza Tuesday that killed somewhere between 300 and 500 people. The Hamas militant group blamed the blast on an Israeli airstrike,
Oh,
while
it's
the
fucking-
Israeli military said it was a rocket misfired by other Palestinian
Rob's putting
militants.
stars in the sky.
Biden's exact quote, based on what I've
It's
seen,
showing up on your
it
screen,
appears
is
as
it?
though it was done
Yeah,
by
you
the
can
other
see
team,
everything.
not you.
Oh shit,
The
sorry.
president did
I was just
reiterate
looking
that
at the
Hamas
button, I
does
didn't know what it did.
not represent all the Palestinian people and has brought them only suffering. Biden said his trip to Israel is to show the people of Israel, the people of the world, and let them know where the United States does stand. It is now 10:23 on the East Coast and 7:23 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories and the big one.
Fucking jackass.
Oh, I don't mean to alarm you, but there's somebody behind you. Kind of an ugly guy. Looks a bit of a terrorist type.
Oh my God, Rob. He's like, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce it in Hebrew. Like, pronounce it in English, then you dumb shit.
Paul's in his
Can't even. You gotta love when he goes on his little story tangents that make no sense.
I don't know. I don't.
He's
follow
like,
it.
oh, dude, like the one he was talking about, the kids rubbing his leg hairs that one day.
Yeah.
He was talking about, I don't even remember what the speech was supposed to be about, but then he goes off in the side story about, yeah, I have bleach white hair on my legs, and the kids used to like to rub up and down my legs. Like, it had nothing to do with what he was talking about, but he went off on the side story talking about little kids rubbing his legs. Like, Jesus Christ.
So does that mean there's going to be a war?
I don't know. I think Gaza just needs to be taken over. Israel can keep the land. Fuck that. Be done with it. Just go in there and take the whole fucking chunk of land and keep it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Just nuke the whole Middle East. Just be done with it.
At this point, shit.
Yeah, I think so as well, didn't you? I don't think Trump would have put up with half of this shit, would he?
He was a little,
Trigger happy.
well, no, actually, a couple of times that he could have went nuts, he didn't. but I think leaders were more scared of him because they didn't know what he was going to do.
Just gonna say that. He was so unpredictable.
And that's what scared other countries.
Yeah.
They were like, they didn't know what he was going to do. He's like, but he had this like boss attitude about him, which Biden doesn't have that at all.
When he was calling Kim Jong-un Rocket Man and
He's like, fucking bring it, Rocket Man. Like, no, seriously, he was like the type that would sit up on a podium and be like, the fuck you say? Bring it, bitch. Like, that's the kind of attitude he had, right?
yeah, it was funny. You know, fake news, you are fake news.
But that's how he came off, though. It was like he'd get up on the podium and be like, bring it, bitch, I dare you. Fuck around and find out. For Biden, dude, just like nobody takes him serious. Like they just think he's an idiot.
Was it him who started it off with the Sleepy Joe?
Yeah. Well, because you can see he's just like, yeah, we support Israel. And kids like to rub my leg hairs. I like sniffing kids' hair. And then he moves like a robot. He's like, like it's all just like robot type movements. No, see what I think needs to happen, Jonathan. I think Israel needs to go in there and take Gaza and keep it. Not necessarily kick the Palestinians out of there, but they need to just take it over and just keep it. Annex the land and take it. And I'll get rid of that whole situation right there. At least with that portion of what's going on. All right, Joe, have fun doing that, man.
Oh, Joe's going, is he? Yeah, I'll see you, Joe.
Yeah, he's gonna go fly. He's going to meet up with Johnny Drone Flyer to go fly. They don't live that far from each other, so.
Whoopee.
Exactly, Mark. uh,
Okay, I'm back.
well, y'all figuring out your truck?
Yeah, I got to order the hubs, but I can get them cheap.
I'm totally joking about the terroristy lucky type, man. Seems like you didn't find it funny.
Well, he's not a jokester type of thing, you know.
Oh no, I do apologize.
That's all
Oh,
right.
what are you talking about?
That was my tenant that was in here.
Oh yeah, he was the one that was sitting there the other day, and we were like, Paul lost 40 years.
Yeah,
Just now I said he looks like a terrorist type, didn't he?
yeah. Well, nowadays anybody that's got a beard or whatever looks like a terrorist.
I was only joking. Damn right, Nunya. Sending a bunch of chewies. Yeah, giving it all. Yeah. You know,
Drone attacks, air base in Iraq where U.S. troops are last night.
Yep, Nunya says Semper Fi, Semper Fi.
I'll go on Discovery, the Anderson, if you want to go on that, share that one, keep it going here, Cap, will be right upside on screen.
Joe says that the terrorists attacked the air base where the US is in Iraq last night. Okay, guys, what do you think?
I'm thinking a lot of
Are you
things.
ready to go?
Well, it's up to you guys. Me and I are just kind of hanging.
Yeah, I might drop off. I got some stuff I gotta do because we gotta go to Charles's thing tonight. So
Okay. Yeah, Rob, his son is in a parade tonight. Is that what it was?
yeah, I told Rob about it earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta go there. So I might not be on tonight. So I
Okay.
doubt I'll be back in time.
Well, Rob will be back on.
What time you leaving, Justin? How many hours?
I mean it's a while from now, but not till 4:00. It's only 10:30, but I get a couple things done.
I might go live in a couple of hours.
There you go, everybody.
If I'm free, I'll stop by and say hi.
Watch for Welch Rob in 2
might.
hours. It'd be like after afternoon sometime, right?
I might. I got quite a bit to do, but just I might.
Yeah. Well, you let the Wookiee do the work and you do the show.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Okay,
All right,
everybody
see you all
in the chat, thanks for being here. Nunya, Jonathan,
Later, everybody.
everybody, take care. Bye for now.